Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Reese, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to create the 1-hour crochet beanie. It's just a really quick project that we're going to make using some super chunky yarn in a very straightforward pattern so that it works up quickly and then you have your hat. So for the project we are going to be needing 2 skeins of super chunky weight yarn, you know, the number 6. We're going to be using a crochet hook, which is the letter N, or the 10mm, a pair of scissors, and a tapestry needle. It's definitely needed for this one. All right, so once you've found the end of your yarn, you're going to have to first make a slip stitch. Those of you that are familiar with crocheting already know how to do this, but I'm going to take it a little bit slower for those who don't. So to make a slip stitch, you're going to wrap the yarn around one of your fingers. You're going to crisscross it. You're going to grab the piece of yarn that's on the bottom side and pull through. So you're just going to insert your hook. And then to start, we are going to be chaining 26. So to do that, you're going to use the hook end of your crochet. You're going to grab the yarn with that hook and you're going to pull it through that loop you have on your hook. All right. So again, you're going to grab the yarn and you're going to turn it so that the hook part is facing down. And it's making the same sort of shape as the hook, or I'm sorry, as the loop on the hook. Right, and that's how you chain. So we're going to keep going until there's 26. Now I've lost my 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Now what we're going to do is we are going to do half double crochets into the back loops only. And so for our starting chain, what that means is that instead of going through the front part here of our chain, we're going to be going through the back. So when you turn your work over, you're going to see there's these little ridges back there. That's what we're going to be going into. So to do that, we are going to wrap our yarn around the hook. And if you count 1, 2, 3 of these ridges in the start of your hook, that is the very first ridge we're going to go into. All right, using the point of our crochet hook. You're going to grab the yarn just like before and you're going to pull through. And then as you can see, there's 3 hooks, or I'm sorry, 3 loops on our hook. We're going to grab the yarn again. And then this time we're going to be pulling it through all 3 of those loops. All right, and now we're left with 1. So again, wrap the yarn around the hook and we're going to be going right into that next ridge. Grabbing our yarn, pulling through. Grabbing our yarn, pulling through all 3. All right, so once you have the last ridge crocheted into, what we're going to do is we are going to chain 2. All right, and then we're going to turn our work around. And we're going to do half double crochets into the back loops only, but this time, because this is not the foundation row, the back loop is going to look a tiny bit different, easier to get into. So when you look at your work from this side, it makes this V stitch right here. We're going to be going into this back loop here. Okay? We're going to start right from the end. So you're going to wrap the yarn around the hook just like before. You're going to go into the middle of that V and come out the back. Bring your loop in, grab the yarn, pull through all 3. And that is what it's going to look like from now on. All right, so just wrap the yarn around the hook, into the back loop, pull through, and then pull through all 3. The only difference is that once we get to the very last stitch of this row, we're not going to be going through the back loop, we're going to be going through the whole stitch. And I'll show you what I mean in just a second. All right, so once we get to the very end of our row, we're going to be back at that turning chain here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to wrap our yarn around the hook. And then instead of going through the back loop, we're going to go through the whole thing. So right underneath both parts of what make up the V. And then we're going to pull through. And then we're going to chain 2. And that's it. I'm going to turn your work around. You can see the ribbing is already starting to form here. And we're just going to keep going right into that back loop. Quiet. All right, so once we have the 24 rows, and it looks something like that. We've got the big rectangle. What we're going to be doing is folding the whole thing in half without crisscrossing anywhere. All right. All right, so once you have that in half, what I'm going to do, what we're going to do, is we're going to let go of that one. And we're going to go back into the very first stitch here from our first row. And we're going to grab this and we're going to pull it through. All right. And then we're going to go through the next stitch from our first row and from our last row. We're going to grab the yarn and we're going to pull it through both of these, okay? Grab the yarn and pull through those 2. Okay, so just single crocheting both of these rows together. So once that's done, I don't know how I missed something, but I did. And so now we have one long continuous piece, right? There we go. So this doesn't really look like a hat, I know. So we're going to be cutting a long tail. All right, and then we are going to take our tapestry needle here and we're going to insert our tail into it. All right. So we're going to have to make a star shape onto the top here, and that's what's going to help us to cinch it shut. All right, and so to do that, we are going to act as if, oh gosh, I hope you guys can see this. We're going to act as if this piece right here, where the tail is that bottom right hand side of the star. All right, and so we're going to start by inserting our tapestry needle in where that left point is. Okay, gosh, I hope this is making sense. It'll make more sense when you see. So if you need to just sit back and watch, it's probably best. Okay. And from here, we're going to go straight across. And then we're going to go down to that other bottom point of the star. And then finally to the top of the star. All right, and so you can see that it's starting to get cinched shut. And so now you're going to kind of go back through and just catch all the other bits, all right, but still in a star-like pattern. Just bring everything together. All right, and then just back down through. I guess I can show you from the other side. All right. And now what I'm going to do, just to make sure nothing is going anywhere, is I'm going to knot right there. And that's basically it, guys. From here, I'm going to weave in my ends, which basically means I'm just going to go through randomly, inserting my yarn wherever I so please, and hope that it doesn't unravel in the wash later on. But yeah, that's basically it. That is our hat. Go back through here. I'm gonna get that piece later, but first I'm just gonna open this back up, and then you're going to just fold the bottom up to get our cute brim. And that's it, guys. That is the whole hat. I really hope you guys liked the video. I hope you guys liked your hats. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment, or you can message me directly and I will try to answer you as quickly as I can. Please like the video, subscribe to my channel. I try to upload at least once a week with new patterns, and I really appreciate all your support.